Coming up on Fulton Today, Fulton's assessors prepare for last-minute appeals as we approach the final deadline.
I'm Brian Robinson, and I'll share the message Fulton's health team has for parents who are in a rush to get their children ready for a new school year.
And later, residents in the Kirkwood community celebrate the grand reopening of their beloved library. That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Fulton County students go back to school in a matter of weeks, and with some school districts starting as early as next week, parents across the metro are making sure their children are immunized. And that's where Fulton's Board of Health comes in. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more on this story. Brian?
Shani, with the number of measles cases rising across the country, Fulton's health team is encouraging parents to get their children protected from a number of dangerous and sometimes deadly diseases. As the school buses prepare to roll for the new school year, health professionals have put out the urgent call to all parents to get their children immunized. That's in part because, according to the Centers for Disease Control, there have been over 1,100 individual cases of measles confirmed in 28 states in 2019. And at least 7 confirmed cases in Georgia. To help prevent more outbreaks, Fulton's health team is reminding parents they can bring their children in for immunizations during the back-to-school rush.
Immunizations not only are critical, they're safe. A lot of what we hear is panic about things that we've heard in the media or other places about the dangers of immunizations, but the safety profile for immunizations has been proven for over 50 years, hundreds of years actually, and so not immunizing your child is not only not protecting your child, it's putting the community in danger.
Immunizations are one of the many services the Fulton County Board of Health offers residents. According to its website, immunized individuals fight a number of infectious diseases, including measles and chickenpox. Since unimmunized children may pose a health threat to others, the state of Georgia requires immunizations for all students.
The shots are required as a protection for the community and for the individual. When we don't immunize the community, then we are exposed to infectious diseases, which then impacts everyone.
Through the end of August, immunizations are available for adults and children on a walk-in basis only at each of the county's 6 health centers. Since there are a limited number of slots available for immunizations, they are given on a first-come, first-served basis Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. and again at 1 o'clock p.m. With the start of a new school year just days away for county students, Fulton's health team wants to help parents and children avoid the public health emergencies that come without immunizations. Now, if you have any questions regarding immunizations, you're encouraged to visit one of the county's 6 health centers or check out their website at fultoncountyboh.org. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you very much, Brian. Meanwhile, the rush is also on for property owners wanting to appeal their assessment notices before next week's deadline. When assessment notices were mailed last month, each included a sample assessment notice and an explanation. But despite that, residential and business owners still had questions about the implementation of their homestead exemptions. To help those homeowners understand how the value of their property was appraised, a property assessment fact sheet was created. That can be found on the Board of Assessors website.
We encourage residents to go onto our website, learn how they can submit corrections to their property, how they can file an appeal if they wish, how they can learn more about how to interpret their assessment notice, look at comparisons to other properties. There's a wealth of information, and we hope people will take advantage of that.
Now, as a reminder, your assessment notice can also be found on the Board of Assessors website. Once again, that deadline is Friday, August 2nd. MARTA representatives visit county senior centers to give, for some of them, what is a new way to get around. The transit system's PopUp Breeze locations is a new program that allows MARTA riders to purchase reduced fare cards and Breeze cards at pop-up shops located throughout Fulton, DeKalb, and Clayton counties. Since Breeze card purchases can only be made online, at MARTA ride stores or at vending machines inside MARTA stations, some seniors say having the pop-up option is much more convenient.
I think it's wonderful because a lot of people can't get out to go downtown to get one. And this is really good because they can just come out here and put in for a MARTA card.
We are providing MARTA services, what we call our Breeze pop-up locations, where we're actually issuing reduced fare Breeze cards to our seniors, individuals with disabilities, and Medicare card holders. We also have full fare Breeze cards for individuals who just want to ride MARTA buses and trains.
The next Fulton County pop-up location will take place Sunday, August 18th at the Northwest Library. To see a full list of the upcoming dates, you can log on to itsmarta.com/popup. Well, some familiar faces pay a visit to another county senior facility. Actor Michael Kelly, former WSB anchor Jocelyn Dorsey, Project Hand, and the Thanks Mom and Dad Fund board trustees all stopped by the Helene S. Mills multi-purpose senior facility to deliver meals. The purpose of the visit was to raise awareness about the issues facing older Georgians.
We work primarily with nonprofit organizations, and our goal is to serve the unmet needs of older adults. We don't want to duplicate anything that people are already doing.
The Emmy-nominated actor, known for his role in the popular show House of Cards, is a longtime advocate for seniors.
I'm just so involved because you meet some of these seniors and you get to know them, and these are the people whose shoulders we stand on. These are the people we need to give back to because they're not going to ask for it. Seniors are cooler than that. You know, they're like, I'm good. Well, sometimes they need a helping hand.
Project Open Hand is just one of the many places where Fulton County employees volunteer their time. In May, members of the Office of the Clerk of Superior and Magistrate Court helped package meals that were delivered to those in need. The clerk and her entire executive team are slated to volunteer again later this year. Youthspark, the county's advocacy and service organization that is working to put a stop to youth exploitation and sex trafficking, well, it is helping to transfarm kids this summer. This Transfarming at-Risk Youth Project combines farming with therapy as a way to help youngsters deal with what are often very difficult emotions. Joining us are Youthspark's Executive Director, Jennifer Swain, and the Executive Director of Truly Living Well, Carol Hunter. Welcome to both of you to Fulton Today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Jennifer, let me start with you. In addition to the support provided to youth in your actual youth services center inside of juvenile court, what does this summer youth program offer?
Well, we're really excited for our Transforming Youth program because it really takes what we've learned with our kids and what we've taught our kids, it really takes them to the next level, and it gives them the opportunity to learn new skills. It gives them the opportunity to learn a new trade, thinking about being their own boss, and that's all of the skills that they learn out here on the farm today.
And Carol, talk to us about why it is so important to make opportunities like this available for the youth of Fulton County.
Truly Living Well is a center for natural urban agriculture. What we know is getting your hands in the soil, getting connected with the dirt, really has tremendous health benefits. Mental, physical, psychological, emotional, social, all of these things are benefited when you get your hands in the soil. So it's very important to us to use this tool as an intervention tool for people who need support in our community. Particularly, it's effective when working with young people.
And Carol, let me stick with you. What makes your partnership with Youthspark so unique?
I'm so grateful for our partnership with Youthspark. Youthspark is a dynamic organization that makes services, very necessary services, available for children in Fulton County who are at risk, who are experiencing some difficulties. By partnering along with Youthspark, we're able to provide a therapeutic service, horticultural therapy, using the land for wellness and help and healing. And so together we're able to provide a holistic approach to intervention, a holistic approach to health and care. And so we've been very effective in putting together a program that's having impact on young men as well as young women.
And Jennifer, how can other businesses like Truly Living Well get involved with Youthspark?
It truly takes a village in order to support youth who've been exploited, abused, or neglected. And if any part of our community wants to join us and sit at the table with us, there's always a seat. Truly Living Well is really using what they do and using their platform to help us and help our kids achieve their goals. But anybody in our community, whether you have a farm, a business, a special skill, or you really want to teach our kids clerical, administrative work, everything is necessarily needed. So we encourage you to think about who you are and what you do and what you have to offer. And don't think if you're not a youth serving organization that you can't come to the table with Youthspark. It really does take a village. And so I invite you to think about what you have in your own arena and your own network and share that with us.
Ladies, what a wonderful program. Jennifer and Carol, thank you both for your time.
Thank you for inviting me to share our program.
Thank you so much for having us.
And still to come. So why are my property taxes higher this year? Ask some homeowners. They get answers during another district dialogue session. It's a part of our district by district coverage next. Fulton celebrates the grand opening of a new business, and residents go one-on-one with their district commissioner about tax assessment concerns. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with an update on the plans for the construction of a new animal shelter. Following the second community meeting on the topic, District 2 Commissioner Bob Ellis says he feels good about the feedback and certainly supports a new facility.
We've had a facility that served us for a very long time, and hopefully we can get to something that is right and that will serve us for many, many years into the future, and it's going to lead us to a lot more optimal results in terms of animal control, safety for our citizens, care for animals, and reducing euthanasia rate.
The current Fulton County Animal Shelter was constructed in 1978. The feasibility study currently underway was approved by the Board of Commissioners in May and is the first step in planning for a new animal services facility. These public meetings for input are part of the plan, and the last meeting will be scheduled next month. On the west side, District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall joins Atlanta's mayor and other elected and community leaders for the grand groundbreaking ceremony for a new economic development project. President and CEO Sterling Coleman of the S-Jack Food Group is building a Zaxby's at the center of 4 historic neighborhoods in southwest Atlanta.
This groundbreaking ceremony this morning marks the beginning of construction for the 9th Zaxby's location in Georgia.
Commissioner Hall is thrilled that the new location will be in the district in which she serves.
It's businesses like this who are willing to commit their resources to our communities and inspire a domino effect of economic development and opportunity for its local residents. This Zaxby's will provide nearly 100 jobs to this community and serve as the second Zaxby's in Fulton County District 4.
Dr. Bernice King applauded Mr. Coleman for choosing this community.
And I'm excited about the jobs that he will bring here, the economic growth that he will bring to this community, but more importantly, I'm just excited about the imprint of his company and his service and presence and enrichment of the lives that are in this community.
Mr. Coleman has been a Zaxby's franchisee for over 16 years and has opened 17 restaurants in Georgia and Oklahoma. His newest restaurant is at 946 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Northwest Atlanta at the corner of Newcastle Street. And District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. makes another stop along his series of July town hall style meetings. Known as District Dialogues, the commissioner is visiting various county venues to share information about county services. This quarter's meetings are all about those tax assessment notices.
Although the exemption deadline passed, we wanted to make sure that people know that they have 45 days in which to file their appeal of their assessment notices, completely explain the appeal process to them, the basis, the 4 bases for appeal, in addition to the different types of appeals that are available.
And those assessment notices are exactly why some residents say they came.
My taxes is outrageous. So I really need to know basically what the exemptions are and what's going on. I think that Fulton County did a good job of putting it out there and explaining it and giving through like step by step of, hey, these are the details of why and what you can do.
Now, if you missed the District Dialogue series this quarter, check out the calendar for the meetings next quarter at FultonCommission5.com. And up next on Fulton Today, tackling the HIV/AIDS crisis. We'll tell you what this group discussed. Stay with us. Fulton's HIV and AIDS Advisory Committee gets back to work on the county's mission of ending the epidemic by 2030. The group gathered at the Positive Impact Health Center for its last meeting. The group is working to update the strategy to end HIV infections in Fulton County.
We have a packed room of people who are really engaged, who really want to move the needle on HIV. We'll talk about issues, and we will disagree on issues, and we'll agree on issues. But the real issue is that we're able to come together to be able to do that, and that's the most important part of this meeting.
Now, the committee will periodically report to the Board of Commissioners recommendations to address HIV and AIDS in Fulton County.
So we know that people living with HIV can live a normal lifespan and they can have their virus suppressed so that they do not transmit HIV to other people. We say undetectable is untransmittable. But that means that people have to be able to get in care and stay in care and get on their medicines and adhere to their medicines.
By the way, this is the committee that replaced the former Fulton County Task Force on AIDS. New and expecting mothers get just the help they need. Fulton County sponsored a community baby shower at its Oak Hill Center. The moms got everything from baby supplies to information about keeping them and their newborns healthy.
We have them once a month, and we have parents from the community or from the WIC program, and they come and they can get clothes, diapers, sometimes it's utensils, just anything that they may need.
The baby shower was possible thanks to county partnerships. Now, Fulton offers a host of maternal and child health services through the Board of Health year-round. Check out its website to get details. According to Fulton County's senior services professionals, thousands of county seniors who are isolated are facing boredom, and boredom is now considered an actual social health determinant that leads to, you guessed it, depression. Ladisa Onilagu is Fulton's Senior Services Director, and she's here to talk about this very important topic. Ladisa, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So this is an interesting topic. July is National Anti-Boredom Month. Tell us about this observance.
It does sound odd, but every July, the nation acknowledges and observes National Boredom Month. It was originally targeted to school-aged children. However, multiple studies have been conducted on the effects of boredom in older adults and its role as an actual social health determinant.
And explain a little bit more about the correlation between isolation and boredom.
It's a great question. Sometimes there's an assumption that a senior who is homebound is always isolated. This is not always the key, especially if someone has possibly lost mobility or the ability to leave their home, but they're still visited frequently by loved ones, family members, or friends. So engagement is the key. The opposite of this is isolation, and unfortunately there are thousands of Fulton County seniors who are isolated and who do not have the frequency of visitors or individuals coming to see about them, and so they're more inclined to experience symptoms of boredom, hopelessness, or depression.
And what can our viewers and specifically our seniors do to combat boredom?
I would recommend that if a viewer is not an older adult and experiencing boredom or isolation, that they can give of their time in their community. Volunteer at a nursing home or a senior assisted living facility. Consider packing a meal and becoming a part of the Home Delivered Meals program that the Department of Senior Services manages. or simply just go by a neighbor's home who may be in this population and play an old-fashioned game of cards or Scrabble.
And of course, I know you want to talk about the very many services that your department offers to address this issue.
Yes, the Department of Senior Services manages 3 facility-based programs. Multi-purpose facilities offers a lot of classes from stretch and tone, swimming, acrylics, African dance, line dancing or ballroom, computer classes. There are many ways to combat boredom and engage with other people. You can consider the neighborhood senior facilities throughout the county, or for an individual who may have experienced the early onset of Alzheimer's or dementia, or even possibly a stroke. A caregiver should look into our adult day programs, where we still provide a standard curriculum, a nutritious meal during the day, and activities for the older adult population.
Yes, Ladisa, great information. Let's hope this encourages some seniors to get involved in the county senior programs. Thanks again for your time.
It was a pleasure joining you today.
And up next on Fulton Today, another county library reopens. We'll take you to the Kirkwood community. Stay with us, everybody. An update now on another county library closed for renovations. The Ponce de Leon branch is under construction as part of the ongoing library renovation project. When the library reopens in about 6 months, patrons will enjoy upgraded technology, improved layouts, new shelving, study rooms, ADA accessible rooms, and much more. And during that time, library service will be available at the Peachtree, Martin Luther King Jr., and East Atlanta libraries. And the old saying goes, when one door closes, another opens. Well, it applies to our final story. The Kirkwood Library is open once again.
1, 2, 3.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony initiated a celebration of the grand reopening. Guests were given a tour of the new facility and took advantage of the opportunity to test out all of the new technology and services. The new improvements allows patrons and residents in the surrounding communities to continue to use the library as a community gathering spot.
It is an outstanding feeling to be back open. We were blessed to have several of our regular patrons return. We were kind of concerned because we had been closed for a while, but we've got a brand new, fresh facility. We have new technology, so it's beneficial to the community and the staff as well because we're learning also.
The renovated library also features new pieces of art, courtesy of the county's Department of Arts and Culture. The Kirkwood Library is the 5th library in Phase 2 of the library building program to reopen. Coming up next week, we'll show you how residents in North Fulton celebrated the grand reopening of the Sandy Springs Library. And before we go, our reminder that FGTV wants to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can also watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.